Hello everyone, my name is Patrick Haggerty and I am here just completing my midterm for my speech class. And our prompt for this midterm was to answer 3 selected questions. I'll go ahead and review my questions. First would be to explain how learning and understanding public speaking in the process will help you in your professional, public, and personal life. Second would be to explain how language has the power to create positive as well as negative outcomes. And then third would be how does the way you approach your introduction affect your confidence as a speaker. I'll go ahead and start off with how explaining how learning and understanding the whole public speaking process will help you throughout any aspect of your life. I work in hospitality, so I know this firsthand. And you know, in the beginning, it was very difficult for me to, reach out to a guest or just out of nowhere speak to a stranger. But I want everyone to know that it will get easier. And if this is your first public speaking class, or you haven't had a public speaking job or anything like that, it will get easier with time, and it is like a learned skill. Public speaking once you do it over and over again with repetition. The second attribute would be how once you accomplish this, things like job interviews and one-on-ones with like a teacher or with a parent, anything, meeting a stranger, any awkward encounter, that you would have been uncomfortable with from the beginning, you now won't seem as uncomfortable. And then finally, learning how to read people kind of pairs with being a good listener. So you will listen to people and learn how to read them. You'll learn how people like to be addressed, the different ways public speaking can benefit you in addressing certain problems, and the way that people like to be spoken to will establish your credibility. So in conclusion, attacking the fear, helping with the job interviews, and then the ability to read others, and having that observation factor will make it easier in understanding public speaking and growing for the future. So the second factor, or the second question that we had, was to explain how language has the power to create positive as well as negative outcomes. So it's a two-way street, and coming out strong and having knowledge and preparing yourself is probably going to be one of the most important factors. Whether your speech flows super easy, if you have an easy time speaking with others, or if it's going to be very choppy, it shows that you aren't prepared, and it just shows that it may not leave that positive outcome as it could have been. They may remember you as someone who wasn't ready and wasn't prepared, and it wouldn't be as positive as you would have liked. The second thing would be to show confidence, and that would be in like impressing your boss, or selling that final home, and using select words that you'll learn in public speaking throughout just repetition, and creating that positive memory of you whenever they think of, oh, Patrick, yeah, he was the one who was confident, and he was the one who could get the job done. Things like that will help you in your public speaking. And then finally would be leaving that lasting impression. So that whether it's a handshake, or like in this case public speaking, remaining confident and just feeling confident is the only way for me to leave that lasting impression. And I feel like with creating a positive outcome, you would need to have knowledge on your subject, have confidence, and then leave that lasting impression. The third question that we have would be, how does the way you approach your introduction affect the confidence as a speaker? So starting off with a wow factor grabs their attention and keeps them hooked. It's much harder for you to grab someone's attention once you've already let them down or they're bored than it is to keep their attention from the get-go. And then showing confidence from the beginning shows your devotion of the topic. So if you're really devoted on something, it shows, and that's something that doesn't go unnoticed. If you care and you're knowledgeable in a subject, it will show. And then finally, it would make it easier for the rest of your speech. If you come out strong, you provide that great introduction, and you follow all the other factors. it will make it easier throughout your speech career.